Hello everyone, it's Laura here, and let me just get the chat open before we get too far here. There we go. Hey, I'm getting alright at this. So, I just thought I would continue on with this page here. Hi Christina, how you doing? So we're working out of the Disney Dreams book by Thomas Kinkade, and I'll show you, see if I can quickly find that. Here's the page that we're working on. So what I did is I took the page and I transferred it onto the canvas, like I just matte media it right to the canvas. Hi Tony. And then I started painting. So I want to keep going on this. Oh good. I'm glad the notifications are working. But before we get started, I just wanted to show, I worked in Acrylic crayon the other day. What was it, yesterday? I don't even remember. Hi, Joey. Just thought I would show you guys the finished product. You can also see it on my Instagram, of course. But there she is. It's really, really fun. And I already have a lot of people asking me to do more, so I will probably be doing more crayon in the future. I don't really have any plans for today other than I just, oh, thank you, Rebel. Alright, so thank you guys for coming. Oh, of course. Looks like I'm buffering on my end. Hold on, let's get the live chat open too. Not just top chat. There we go. Alright, I'm going to try not to be a hot mess today. We'll see how it works out. So, I really didn't prep other than I just have a cup of water, the old palette that I was using from last time, and I have my box of paint. So I'm just going to pull the paint. We're still working on the background. I might need... Alright, so I have a bunch of paint here that I think we might need. I am running low on my titanium white, so let me just dig that out. I don't want to have to stop midway through to find it. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Well, you can if you want to. Ha! Alright, I found it. My next one is a big tube. Okay, hi Emily. How you doing? Hope everybody's having a good weekend. Normally my boyfriend and I are together right now, so I'm not usually available to stream, but we're going on a trip tomorrow, so he's resting up. So I thought before I go to bed, I would just work on this more. It looks like it's flashed out a little. I was hoping that by putting white paper down, it might help, but it looks a little flashed out. That's okay. Oh, I just got my copy of Spirit Animals. It's really pretty. I think I was supposed to do a buddy color with someone, but I don't remember who because it took like 3 months to get here, so I'm gonna have to think about that, who it was. Alright, so essential to my kit, I also have this water bottle here, so let's just get started. What colors do I feel like? I'm gonna use ultramarine blue, and I thought I would show my palette up. So you guys can see I reuse my palettes until they're like so bumpy I can't use them anymore. So this is ultramarine blue red shade. Emily, I don't know how anybody else does it, but I think we're just planning on doing the same page. We're doing one side each of a spread. I'm going to use this permanent rose, but I always have trouble with these metal caps, so let me just, oh gosh, is it going to come off? I need it. Come on. I need this color, guys. There we go. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I thought so too. I do remember somebody wanted to do one. Just gotta remember who it was. That was like 3 months ago. Alright, so we're gonna use this permanent rose from the Galleria line. I actually got this as a free sample and really have not used it that much, but it's really nice for mixing really pretty purples. Let's just make sure that's shut. Okay. Alright, so we've got ultramarine blue and pink, and those are the colors we were using last time. So let's just also, I have here my titanium white. And let's just see how much is left in this bad boy. Oh, got some in there. It's a little treasure in there and just waiting for me. Okay. And when the tube is almost empty, if you let the air go back into the tube, you see that? I don't know if you guys can see that. But the air has gone back into the tube. That will dry out the paint. So what I do is I actually press the paint up until it's flush with the cap and then cap it. What that does is it keeps all the air out, and even that last little squidge of paint that we need, we're going to have that for later. Alright, cool. And then if you watched before, you'll know I'm going to spray down. It's like over 100 degrees in my apartment right now. So this is going to dry really fast. So you're going to see me spraying that all the time. Let's see. Oh, the horse page. Yeah, I think all the pages are really nice. So I think I'm going to get a lot of use out of that book. Okay, so I think we were working on the background last. So I want to work some more vibrant pinks into the sky because I feel like as it dried, it kind of dulled it down a little, which is normal for acrylic. So let's have some fun brightening it back up. So I have, let's see if I can show you guys my palette. So I'm still using fairly thin layers of paint, only because we're not at that stage yet where it's looking good enough where I want to put texture down. It's a pretty pink. Let's see. I have water. I have here, Joey, look. You're going to be really happy. Right before the stream, I got myself a nice full glass of water. Look, it's already sweating though. It's going to drip. Anyway, I'll take a sip. Don't you worry, I got my water. No drip? No. Okay. Alright, so I'm just going to work in the background. And let's have some fun with color. And I'm just prepping this page so that way, hopefully, for the buddy color, I'm sorry, the color along that we're going to do later on, you guys will get to see the most fun part, I think, would be the people in this page. So, but I was thinking about working on this tonight by myself, and I was like, I could just turn on my live stream and show you guys too. I think Tanya was asking me to work again in this on camera for you guys. So here you go, Tanya. This is for you. Emily, I have a window unit in my bedroom. However, when I turn it on, because I live on the 3rd floor of a 3-story house, it doesn't really work that well. To be honest with you, I have really tall ceilings. That's part of the reason why I like my apartment, but it's an old building, and it's not, like, it's not efficient. So, like, what happens is like, all of the windows are really old, so there's lots of cracks everywhere. So there's no sealing it. And like, I can show you guys later. Well, no, I don't want to bother you with my boring like home life, but anyway, you know, like the door to go out to the fire escape has like this thick of a gap in it from like the weather stripping coming off. And the thing is like in Philadelphia, the property values are super outrageous. So this is what I could afford to live in. And I picked this apartment because it's got great natural light. Oh, speaking of light, I might need my lamp later. The sun is setting. Put that on the table. It's got great natural light, and it's in the right location for me. I'm only about 10 minutes from my mom's house and about 15 minutes from my boyfriend. And when I was working nearby, I was only about 10 minutes from work. So it's like the perfect location for me. But yeah, unfortunately, just the way that this old house, I mean, my appliances are from like the late 80s. Like I've got my washing machine is like, yeah, it's like the old Whirlpool. So, but I'm not complaining. I don't mean to complain. It's just, it's not a practical thing to put a window unit in this place because I'm just going to end up spending like hundreds of dollars and still be hot. So for the sake of the environment, I'm just going to tough it out. Normally the summers are not this bad in Philly, but it's just been so rough this year in particular. So, and I grew up without air conditioning, so but yeah, that was probably more than you wanted to know. Hi, Charlotte. I think I said hi to everybody. But yeah, I mean, you know, I'm young and I'm used to not having air conditioning. Like, I've lived in this apartment for 6 years. You know, so I'm used to it by now, but it's still tough on years like this one. It's just so abnormally hot for so long. Normally we get like about 1 or 2 weeks out of the year that's like this, and it's been like 3 months of like hot, humid weather. So, I don't know what's going on, but I'll try my best not to faint. But yeah, that's the way sometimes I just can't, like, I can't actually work in my apartment in the middle of the day. Sometimes I go to the local library because they have little air-conditioned cubby rooms where you can just go and sit for free and work on your computer. So I do that when, like, I have a big coding project and I really need to concentrate and I can't concentrate in the heat. So I have places I can go if I need to. Sometimes I work in a coffee shop, but I find that to be more distracting. So, because, you know, you get the weird, like, lurkers looking over your shoulder. Like, what are you coding? Like, I don't really care to explain. So. Oh, Emily, I didn't know you weren't feeling well. Hopefully you feel better. Alright, so this is going to dry darker, so I'm just sort of glazing. You can see it's transparent, but I just want to kind of up the contrast of that. So now I'm going to go up here so I mix the ultramarine blue in now to the what is it? Permanent rose. It really looks like magenta to me, but whatever. Whatever they want to call it is fine with me. I just want to kind of give this sky more drama. Since it's such a dramatic moment in the movie, aw, I'm so sorry you're not feeling well, Em. It's okay if I call you Em. My little sister's name is Emily, so I call her Emmy. So I'm not gonna mix you guys up. Here we go. So these foreground ones, I'm gonna try and kind of, maybe I shouldn't go around them actually. Yeah, let's not. It's okay, we can paint them back. I do want them to be bright. Maybe I can, hold on, I'll show you guys a new method. I don't think I've demonstrated. So just like watercolor, as long as the acrylic is wet, you can lift it. So I'm just gonna pinch my brush and then paint out. Oh yeah, this is a staining pigment. It's still gonna be, let's actually get a paper towel here. Gotcha. Well, I hope you feel better. It's just like a summer cold or something. Okay, so this is a staining pigment, so it's gonna be tough, but kind of fun to lift it off like that. Okay. Alright. This is gonna look like a hot mess for quite some time. Usually my acrylic paintings take a while because I'm really fussy and I tend to layer a lot. Oh, good. I'm glad you're alright. Oh. Okay, we gotta fix that then. And the reason I do the background first, I usually always do the farthest elements first so you can see I'm working in the sky. I do like to get kind of an overall feel of where the colors are going to go, but then once I start to layer in detail and fix it up, then I work from background to foreground. And this will create a better illusion of depth. In painting, you can paint over the background, so you don't have to worry too much about if you paint something over. Let me just bring my palette down. Yeah, Emily, masking fluid doesn't work the same way in acrylic paint as it does in watercolor. When you paint over masking fluid with thick acrylic paint, it basically just seals it right on in. So, so much fun. I mean, I have used it. It works okay if you're gonna just glaze, but I'm gonna start building this up and making it textural. So at that point, I would just lock in the masking fluid. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna paint over the lanterns that I need to, like if it bothers me to just stop on each one. But then once I'm done with the sky, then I'll just paint the white back in and then paint the yellow in. So yeah, everything has a process. Hi, Jody. Joey, I don't use the bottles, so I can't tell you. I've always just used tube acrylics because that was available to me back in the day, and I'm really comfortable with them now. But I can't really answer that question. I'm sorry. I do not know if I ever use the bottles. Oh yeah, no problem. Yeah, I made that mistake once where I thought I was being really clever and using masking fluid. And basically what happened is I basically lost the design completely. So now I don't fuss too much. If you do want to use a masking technique, actually good old-fashioned painter's tape, you know, like that blue painter's tape that you use to paint your walls, that works really well because you can dig around in the paint and find it and peel it up. So that's a good technique if you really want to mask it off. But I'm not being too fussy. I'm gonna just paint either paint around them if I need to, or just paint right through them and then put the white back in. So it's a fun process. You never know how it's gonna turn out. Like, I really haven't like planned this out at all. So I'm just sort of winging it. But that's okay. I mean, you know. So I already feel like the sky is looking better. Yeah, a lot of coloring page paper is not acceptable for masking fluid. It's not a good, for masking fluid, you need either a really good paper, like a watercolor paper, or even you can use stuff like board. So like illustration board, I used to use that all the time. Especially when I was doing professional illustration, I would use illustration board, and that works beautifully with masking fluid and gouache. That's the media I was using there. But yeah, if you're using like masking fluid on coloring pages, I really haven't had any success with that, and it's a shame because like, I should try my book because you can kind of watercolor a little bit in my book. I should try that out and see what happens. I can be the guinea pig for you guys. That's something I haven't tested yet, and I don't think anybody else has. But most books, I don't know. I mean, I'm not super hopeful about it. Most books just can't handle the abrasion, the paper tooth. I think on mixed media paper you'd be fine. Okay, I need to turn on my light now. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I need to see. Okay. Did that change the color temperature? Here, wait, hold on. Hopefully the light of the paper. Hello, camera. Camera's not happy. Well, I gotta be able to see. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I can say, you know, I've had that experience actually. I tried to do some masking fluid in one of Joanna Bassford's books, and I totally ruined the page. That forced me to go out and get a new copy of the book. So now I've got like so many copies of that book because I messed it up again after. I was like, okay, I don't think masking fluid's the media of choice in this paper, but you know, let's just pull some of this up. Okay. Yeah, Joey, the sun's going down, so now, I know it says lunch with Laura, but that's just because this doesn't really fit into anything, so we're just pretending like it's lunchtime. So any impromptu streams where they don't go into like a series or whatever, I'm just gonna title them Lunch with Laura so you guys know I'm just having some random art fun, and yeah. Hi, Joe Beth. Hi, May. All right, good to see you guys. Thank you. Yeah, it's looking like a hot mess right now, but we'll get there. It always takes a while to build it up. So what we're working on right now is the background. And I'm gonna try and get this as far along as I can before the Disney Colorathon. I probably won't finish it, just because I know I have a busy week ahead. But I'll try. I'll do my best. Sorry, pardon my hand there while I just I like to get the side of the canvas really quick. I think I said hi to everybody. Hello, hello, thanks for coming. Okay, we've got alright, so at this point now, we've got this fairly decent color palette, I think. I'm going to let that dry for a while because acrylic dries about 1 to 2 shades darker generally. So I'm going to let that dry and see how it looks. So I'm going to move into the water. Whatever I do in the sky, I like to do in the water. That way, in the end, it will really balance out. Let me just spray my palette again really quick. Keep that bad boy wet. Oh, thank you, Jody. Uh-huh. Alright, so another, a trick I have is, so here's the horizon here, right? So then I just take that and bam, this is where that bright spot needs to be. You don't have to be super precise, but if you're trying to get it more exact, let me mix them. And for water, I always do horizontal strokes. They don't have to be perfect. Actually, I feel like the more organic and varied they are, the better. So that'll work with any water scene where you have a reflection in the sky. And now, let's see, we've got, so the dark area, let's Thanks for coming, guys. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. And you're not so bored that you have to hang out with me. Hopefully you guys are all doing some art or something fun. Okay. I don't know why, but I love to do water this way. Oh, thank you, Jobeth. Thank you, everybody. Yep, I'm really excited for this colorathon. I think we're just gonna have so much fun. So I'm gonna try and do my best. We'll see how it works out. No promises. Can't say. Okay, so I may need, oh, that's good. We're good. So I'm going right over these flowers because, to be honest with you, I don't even know if I want to paint them, so maybe I should just get rid of them. You don't have to follow your coloring book. Just because it's there doesn't mean you have to do it. So I'm just going to pretend like those flowers were never drawn. Sorry, Mr. Kinkade. I don't know if you're watching this, if you know by now, but I'm not the best at flowers. So I'll do these little ones because they're gonna just be impressionist anyway, but I think we're gonna skip those big lilies that I think are gonna be really fussy and distracting anyway. Oh good, see? Jody approved. You know it's okay if Jody said it's okay. Just throw in some of that pure magenta in there just to give it some contrast. And now we've got a boat here that's gonna cast a reflection too. So I know that I haven't done, let's just clean this off. I know I haven't done much to the boat, but let's just make sure that that is being reflected. So we're gonna actually obscure some of this here. And now I'm using what's called a dry brush technique, where I let the brush get dry and not have too much water in it. So what I did is I swished out all the paint, dried it off with my now pretty dirty paper towel, sorry, and then just pick up the paint without having a whole lot of moisture on my brush. So you can see it looks like, oh, hello, looks like this. Anyway, not the best lighting setup. And it gives like this texture here. I'll show you guys, or here, I'll zoom in actually. So hopefully you guys can see the texture that it's giving. It's got like this really natural kind of sparkly look to it. Really hard to explain, but I like using that for water because it's just using the natural way that the paint works. There we go. Oh, good. Thanks, Mia. Hi, how you doing? Sorry, I didn't see you sneak in. Or did I? Did I already say hi to you? I totally am. Okay, well, anyway. Let's put some of this over here. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Oh, neighbor's dog's barking. Probably at a squirrel. Or another puppy, it sounds like, actually. The joys of live streams. I cannot control what happens around me, guys. We're just... Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, this curve is going this way. So I'm just going to make sure that that reflection is matching. The dogs are on guard. There's a dog that lives across the street, and anytime that there's another dog walking past, he definitely lets us know about it. He's like, no, this is my spot, dude. Okay, so now I got rid of a lot of that pink, so let's get back in here with some more pink. A little bit more pink. Let's see. Oh man, and I hardly ever use pink. So this is pretty wild for me. Okay, we're gonna do it right here. Just a little bit of something extra. Pink, yeah, pink, pink and purple and blue. And I'm going to use yellow for the lights and for her hair. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do with him yet, to be honest with you. Let's cover this here too. So I'm just going to use monochrome right now and use the blue and the white and just sort of block it in value-wise. Just so that it's not empty anymore. I'm just trying to get the canvas completely covered. So let's do that. Hi, Loretta. Alright, food. I'll eat a little snack after this, I think. So I'm just putting in some, it's not going to actually be blue at the end here, but you know. Okay, so that's where my rocks, the shadowy bits of the rocks go. Let's put in a base layer for the grass, which is going to just be this color, but I'm going to do it in this direction. So it does not have to be perfect at all. This is just like trying to get it covered, because I think once you get the canvas covered, then all of a sudden it's not as intimidating. So this spot has been bothering me, so let's just get rid of it. So I will put flowers in there, but I'm going to do my own thing. We can do whatever we want, guys. It's our coloring books. As Dee Dee would say, you are the boss of your coloring book. So, let's tell this page what we're doing. Okay. Oh, that's fun. I just messed that up. So you guys will notice I'm pretty messy as a painter. Like, that's why I put down this white paper on my desk, because I realized, like, the last stream I did, normally I paint on an easel, and you should see my easel. It's got like about 50 layers of like dried up gross paint all over it. It really looks awesome now. But you know, I don't mind it. You know, the easel's meant for painting, but my desk had a bunch of paint on it after the last session. I was like, you know what, maybe since I'm doing a lot of messy projects right now, I should just cover my desk with paper, and that way. Oh, that was supposed to be a rock, wasn't it? That's not. Okay, well, that's the rock now, and I'm making this grass, because, you know, that's what just happened. Hi, Sparkle. How you doing? You were just in time to see me mess up. That's great. We're having a good time, though. I mean, I'm having a good time. I don't know about you guys. So what are you guys working on? Are you coloring? Are you arting in some way? Let me know in the chat. What's your Saturday night art routine? What are you doing? I rarely ever come on the weekends. Well, I'm so excited for next weekend, though, guys. I'll try and come to as much as I can, because it's going to be a big deal, I think. Okay, so now we have an approximation for the value that I want for the grass. Not worried about making it green yet. Sparkle, I do mess up, and I'm proud of it, because that means I'm trying stuff. You only mess up when you're trying something you've never done before, right? Hey, Tony. I don't mind messing up. Nobody's perfect. Everybody's a human being. We all make mistakes. But it's all about how you take it. You could cry about it, or you could just let it go and work with it and make it a happy accident like Bob Ross does. So I think it's all in like the way that you approach, the way that you react to it, I think. Exactly. Happy accidents are the best. Okay, I really like how the sky is starting to dry. It looks totally different on screen though, guys. It's so much brighter. Well, that's alright. You guys will see it in the daylight when I do my Disney Colorathon. So now that I'm starting to really, really enjoy how that is all happening, I'm going to go and let's do something a little different. I don't do this a whole lot. I'm going to grab my palette knife. This is, guys, I think this is from like 1997. I don't know if you can tell, but I mean, I just can't even, I don't even know how to explain. I have so many different palette knives, and I always love this one. So we're gonna use a palette knife. We're probably gonna go through a lot more paint. I don't need this water anymore. Let's see here. We'll use what I have on my palette, and then excuse me, and then we're gonna switch. Oh, pickle. Yeah, I hear ya. That's rough. Okay, so now I'll show you guys what I'm doing here. So we're just going to grab some color, throw it together, and see what it makes. Dig it. I don't want it to be super mixed up. I want more pink in there too. Hold on. Grab all the pink. Yeah. Alright, so this isn't something I do often, so I'm gonna just apologize ahead of time if I do something funky that doesn't work. Don't follow me until you see what I do, because I don't know if you're following along. So I just want to make some of these clouds more dimensional. So actually, I think what I gotta do, mix up 2 colors and make this, hold on, excuse me. Okay, I need more pink. Meredith, so what I did is I scanned my copy of the book. So I grabbed my my Thomas Kinkade book and I put it on the scanner and I scanned it. And then I put it in Photoshop and I slightly enlarged it to make it the same size as the canvas. Knowing that I wouldn't really need the line art after a certain point, I didn't worry if the pixelation or whatever. So anyway, I slightly enlarged it and I matte mediumed it onto the canvas. And you can see in my channel, I've actually done that already and did it as a demo. So I can link that a little later before this dries, though I gotta get it on there. Alright. So you gotta work quickly when you're doing this kind of thing because really fast to dry. So now you'll see I'm just on a mission. So I might not respond to the chat. Hold on, guys. Yeah. So with palette knife painting, it's a lot thicker. So you're going to need a lot more paint. So I don't want to waste this. Okay, so now I've got this color. Okay, so this is a tricky thing and I don't do it that often. So I'm a little bit... Okay, so I got some color on there. I want that to be on the bottom when I spread this. And now I'm going to very carefully on the edge here lift up this lighter color. So now I don't know if you can see, but I have a lighter color on the edge and then a bunch of swirly mixy color. This may turn out really bad. I don't know. This is going to be... Drum roll, please. Okay. Just kidding. Okay, we'll be fine. Whatever happens, we're going to be just fine, guys. We can always wipe it off. Okay. Actually, it was pretty decent. That's cool. So now, let's make one big poof. I like that. Okay, wipe that off. I try to keep it clean. I know it doesn't look like it, but for being as old as it is, it's doing okay, actually. So what's nice about the cleanup of a palette knife is that's all you gotta do. Just wipe it down. Now, hi Deb, how you doing? And then now I'm gonna take my filbert before that dries and just sort of fix up, oh, let's get it a little wet, huh? And fix up whatever I don't want or needs a little fix in here. Let's mix up a slightly darker color. But by having that big amount of paint on there, allows me to work wet and wet and really get a nice painterly, like almost oil painting look. So you don't have to keep it exactly as it went down. You can moosh it around, but you only have about, I'd say maybe 5 minutes in my heat, or maybe 10 at most if it's not too hot. So you gotta work fast. It's not like oil where you have like hours until it dries. You gotta really, gotta move it. Okay, but I do want to blend out and make some of that less crazy looking. Okay. Oh, no problem, Meredith. Thanks for stopping. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed some other things. Hi, Pat. Who else did I miss? If you're talking to me, just put it in caps. That way I know what it's me you're talking to. So now let's put back in some of those lanterns. So I grabbed a lot of white paint and I'm just going to put in big blobs. And they don't have to be perfect because we can fix it with a smaller brush. But I definitely want to get this fixed up. And also give the closer ones some texture. So I know this one's got a design on it, but you know what? I'm going to go right over it. We can always draw it in later if we want to. I want the ones closest to us to really feel bright. I want one, let's put another big one in. Where, how about right there? Uh-oh. He's growing. There we go. And this is a filbert, so not, I guess, ideal for what I'm doing with it, but we can make it work. Okay, let's switch. Let's see here. I actually kind of don't like it that. Let's bring it down. There we go. Don't use your fingers, Laura. We're gonna just fix this real quick. There we go, that's a little better. Oh, you have a new puppy? Oh. What kind of puppy is it, Mia? Alright, I gotta spray my palette. Oh gosh, guys, this is so much fun. So if you make a mistake, the great thing is acrylic is so forgiving. You just paint right on over it. Okay, so now I like the general direction that this is going, so I think we can leave it at that for now. Let's grab a smaller brush and fix the rest of those lanterns. But before I go, my water is like completely saturated with pigment. Hi, Loretta. So I'm going to just quickly dump this and get some fresh water. Yeah, girl. Yeah, sweetheart. You doing good? No. Alright, some new water. Got a drop on there. Let's just pull that up. Oh, I got some. Oh, nice. I made a mess. Death. Yeah. My disaster for your entertainment. Totally cool with that. Okay. So now I have a smaller filbert. This is what is this? A Zero Connoisseur synthetic filbert. And I bought this in 2010. So this guy is an old one too. All my brushes are pretty old. So we're gonna go and just do these lanterns. Let's see here. Let's get that out of the way. So what I love, love, love about acrylic is as long as you can put white down, then you can really brighten it up really, really fast. So it might need more than one coat of white, but we're gonna at least find our lanterns again and make sure they don't get lost. And again, these don't have to be perfect because we can always touch up. But I am using a smaller brush so that hopefully they will be a little bit better shape than the big ones. I'm also fixing some of the big ones just so that we have a more even look. Sometimes I love the brush strokes though, so I leave it in. So it just depends on what look you're going for. But I'm trying to at least make them somewhat the right shape. Let's see. Popcorn. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Yeah, I saw nobody was streaming and I finished my chores, so I was like, hey, maybe I should work on my canvas. And you can use a smaller brush. I just prefer to get it done in a couple of swipes. Can be a little trickier though. Won't come out perfect. But again, I'm not really fussing because we have a lot more layers of paint to put on here. So everything can be fixed up. Just trying to find my lanterns and make sure they don't get completely lost. So I think I did lose anything I did the thick paint on. No big deal. But now what you gotta do if you're putting if you're putting thin paint over thick paint, it's not gonna work as well. So now you have to kind of blob. I've got lots of paint on here, maybe too much actually. Yeah. So let's see, where do I want them? I'll put one here. One. I don't want them to be too similar. One up here. Let's put one. Hello, buddy. Apparently everybody's walking their dogs now because it's... Man, guys, it was brutal today. Like, so humid. Surprised at how bad it was. Let's put one. Let's fix this up here. Sorry, I'm not looking at the chat. I'll be right with you if you're talking to me. Let's put one over here because, oh, that one splooged a little. Sorry. There we go. Yeah, Loretta. Ugh, I'm so sick of this heat. I'm ready for fall. Who's with me? Who wants fall like now? Alright, I'm not gonna worry about those guys. I'm gonna do all the lanterns after I'm done the cityscape because I'm just gonna fight with it, so I might as well just wait. But I think this sky is starting to look pretty decent. Let's put one here. I feel like they're going to be going further away, so I'm going to start making them smaller if I can. Let's see, one here. So the farther they are in space, the smaller they're going to be, so that's just something to keep in mind. Put some small little bit ones. I don't know where the original lanterns are in the coloring page, but we're not, I mean, at this point, we're kind of just like, just going our own way. Let's see. Hi, Dee. How you doing? Please pass the popcorn. Wait, can I eat too? Or is it because I'm on the show? Maybe I shouldn't, huh? After the show, I'll have some popcorn. I think I do have some in my cabinet, actually. Throw that bad boy in the microwave. So you can see I'm going to constantly be correcting myself until they look the way I want them to. So the lesson I want you guys to take away from this is a pretty small one. Just don't be afraid to make mistakes and get messy, because there's always a way, especially with the paint. There's always a way to fix it, correct it. So I just try and have as much fun as I can, and then worry about the fine details at the end. Because with the little, this is still not a little brush to me. This is still fairly big for the job I'm doing. But the little tiny brushes, if you break them out too soon, you're going to get lost in all that fussy detail. And I like to keep the big picture in mind for as long as I can. See it get messy, have fun. I think that's starting to look okay. A whistle pig? What's a groundhog. Aw, whistle pig. I never heard that before. That's a new one. Love it. Well, hopefully he's having a good snack then, I guess, on your tomatoes, if he's... If he's eating them, at least hopefully he's getting nutritious vitamins. So what do you have to do for that, Loretta? I've never had a groundhog in my garden before. I do have bunnies. I have a family of... I know I have one Papa Bunny who I call Petey, after Peter Rabbit. And then I know I have Mama Bunny, and I hardly ever see her because she stays under... They have a burrow under my porch. It's not my porch, it's my landlord's porch, but... they have a burrow under the porch, and the Mama Bunny doesn't come out very often. And I know it's the Mama Bunny because I've seen her a couple times, and she's smaller than the Papa Bunny, but she has this cute little white splotch on her back, like, hind leg, and so she's really easy to spot. And then there's been at least 2 babies that I have identified as different babies this year, but they're starting to get pretty big. And the one looks just like Petey, so he's hard to tell now. I can't tell. I call him Petey Jr. because that way if I mix them up at least. But yeah, he looks just like Petey, like same ears and everything. They're so cute. And I have a video, I think, somewhere on Instagram, probably on my hiking account. I'll post all my wildlife photos there. But, yeah. Yeah, I love the bunnies. They were here before I lived here, and they will probably be here when I go, because I think rabbits live a long time. And I specifically don't pull the clover from my backyard, just that they have a nice snack to eat on. So they have plenty of clover flowers, and clover foliage to eat. And I also, like, if I have, like, leftover carrots or salad that I have that's going to go bad in a couple days or whatever, and I know I'm not going to eat it, well, I try and eat it, but if I know I'm not going to, then I'll put that outside for them, because I figure somebody should be eating it, and it always disappears, so I know they're eating it. Something's eating it. Maybe the squirrels, I don't know. You haven't gone to... Oh, okay. Hi, Ann. How you doing? It's good to see you. I don't think I've seen you in a live stream in a while. Or ever. I don't know. Oh, okay. Oh, take care, Charlotte. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, now I'm going to grab my smaller brush. This is a 2/0 round. This is also a really old brush. So old it's kind of fallen apart, but it'll hang in there for us for this section. So now I just want to work on the cityscape here and actually fix up some of the sky, I think, as well. So let's do some of the sky first, actually. Oh yeah, this brush is wiggly. Let's get some tape. I'll glue this later, but I'm just going to tape it for now. Oh, that's okay. I've been super busy too. I've just been jumping on when I can. Mostly been arting actually on camera lately and not by myself. So since this brush is really wiggly, I'll glue it later. But I'm gonna just tape it for this session so that way I don't struggle with it too much. So I'm just sort of touching, oh no, the tape. It's so hot the tape won't stick. That's bad. Oh my goodness. I can't wait for this humidity to drop. I think it's supposed to be rough next week though. So I'm just sort of touching up a little bit of this that I think went too far to the dark side. And it's kind of hard sometimes to tell how dark it's going to dry, so sometimes you just have to wait and see. But luckily we can always bring it back. It's like a push and pull. Take care, Charlotte. Thanks for coming. We have box turtles here. Wow. Well, it sounds like you grow some pretty good tomatoes then, Loretta, because everybody's snacking. I love tomatoes. Who doesn't love tomatoes? Well, actually, I know who doesn't love tomatoes. Mark doesn't love tomatoes, but that's okay. I still love them anyway. Plus, then he gives me all his tomatoes, so I kind of like that. Oh man, I'm so excited. I can't wait. So guys, are you all planning on attending the Disney Colorathon next week? I'm gonna be early in the morning though, so hopefully you'll be able to catch my stream. I'm gonna do something a little special at the end of my stream. Just general announcement. I'm going to keep it a surprise as to what it is, but if you are only going to catch one of my streams this week, that one would be the one to catch. I'm going to do something fun. And I'm not even telling my mods about it, so that way they can participate too. So it's a secret between me and myself right now, so. You don't like tomatoes, Anne? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's okay, Mia. 4 a.m. Yeah, that's rough. Well, that's okay. I'll be doing more things like what I'm going to be doing. But if you can make it. Alright, Jo Beth. Well, I'm not happy about your insomnia, but I'm glad that you'll be attending them. I'm not going to go to every single one either, so don't feel pressure to go to every single person's live stream. It's just, it's a really fun, you know, all weekend long event where we're all just coloring Disney pages. So, let's see, a secret. Yeah, pickle. I mean, Jody, like, I was thinking about telling my mods, but then I was like, if I tell them, then they'll have a heads up, and then I don't think that they can be included. So, yeah, actually, I don't think I really tell my mods anything. Sorry, guys. I'm really, really bad, like, host. Um, I don't tell you guys anything. But the thing is like, okay, this tape is just coming off. I don't require my mods to be here either. Like, you guys show up when you want. Luckily, for right now at least, I don't have too many trolls, so, we're good. We're good. Let's see. Oh, and actually, I was supposed to make, I think, Christina, didn't you want to be a mod? Let's just make her a mod really quick. Let's see here. Add moderator. There you go. Alright, Christina, I think now you're a mod too. Yeah, Joe Beth. I think, oh, thanks, Mia. Yeah, I think, lately I've had, just so much inspiration to keep going, so I just keep, arting and watching you guys. Okay, so now I'm moving into the cityscape. I'm just using my ultramarine blue. And I know it may seem boring to just use 3 paint colors, but really I'm just trying to establish my values. So the lights and the darks. Once I get the lights and the darks where I want them, then I'll do what I did in the sky, where then I start to add some really cool textures and details. But really, if I don't get the basic color value right, then it won't, no matter what you do, it won't look right. So like right here, I'm just sort of fixing up right around here. I'm just sort of creating a little poofy cloud. I don't know what that was before, but we're making it into a little cloud down here. So what's great about the sky is if you make a mistake anywhere, just put a cloud on it. It's like put a bird on it, you know, put a cloud on it. Alright, wait, I gotta... missed. I don't know if she's here anymore, May, but she volunteered to be a mod. And I don't know how many mods I have, actually, but, figured, you know, she'll be a nice addition to the team. Let's see. A happy little cloud, yeah. Yes, exactly, Deb. Yeah, Pat, I think, is a mod, and Nick and Tina are a mod, and you are a mod, and I know Adri. Adri is one of my original mods. She was here, like, I think she's been my mod for over a year now, maybe even. And then my sister is a mod, and my boyfriend is a mod. Not that they really hang out or come to my chats, but I figured I could make, like, the people I know in real life moderators, just so that way if I really get, like, thrown into a crazy situation, I can just text somebody and say, get in here and help me now. So, if they're available, of course. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome, Jody. Yeah, May. I think I have some pretty top-notch mods right here. Mia is always, I feel like Mia has always watched out for me. I don't really get a whole lot of trolls, but it's nice to have her here, so thank you, Mia, for all of your service. Um, okay, no problem, Loretta. I'm glad you're full. And that's great, Bean Ross. You know. Oh man, I'm so happy that Bob Ross has become popular again. Like, I remember when I was a kid, that's the only TV show that I would watch. My mom would put him on we had like a little black and white TV in the kitchen. Ooh, we got something happening out there. We had a little black and white TV in the kitchen that was like, it was like literally like not as big as this canvas. It was a little tiny and it had like the antenna. Yeah, I'm old. Anyway, we would put Bob Ross on that, and it's funny because like thinking back, um, I was watching painting videos in black and white, so that's pretty hilarious. But he was just my favorite. I don't know. I just loved him. I still do. But he was so cool, like, and I don't know why I just love his hair so much, but like he just made that whole look work. Jody, you had a crush on Bob Ross? I was too young for that, Deb. I was young. No, Jody. That's awesome, Joe Beth. Yeah, it's funny. I'm actually a lot older than you guys think, I think. But it's funny, like, I would always ask my mom to put it on, and she didn't have any trouble. And it was on, like, PBS, you know, like the public TV station. So that was one of the channels we got. He was the coolest. Yay, Bob. We love you. Okay. I don't know what's going on back there, but I just made that a dark building. I'll put maybe a little light building over there. So you can just see I'm just sort of solidifying what's happening back here. I'm gonna kind of fix the sky a little while we're back there. Another happy little cloud. So you can fix your mistakes by just making clouds. That's a good tip, good tip. Cover all mistakes with a big gigantic cloud. No, just kidding. Don't do that. The little happy little clouds will work. Oh, hi Diane. That's awesome, Dee. Hi Sue. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming, guys. We're having some fun with paint. Oh, that's way too bright. Let's not do that. Hold on. There we go. We'll just spread it out. Uh-oh. Abby girl. Are you curious? She's so good though. She wants to jump up, but she knows she can't. We have the paint out. Hey, sweetheart. What are you doing? She's looking at me like, is it snack time yet? Let's see, is it snack time? Nope, we got another. So I'm gonna have to go in like about 15 minutes. I will need to give her medicine and give her a little snack. But I hope that this was at least fun to watch. Watch my blunders. I'm gonna give a little lightness back here, that way the buildings pop off more. So right behind the buildings, I'm just gonna make the sky a little brighter. Hi. Hi. Actually, I'll get rid of that spire. I don't know why I have that in there. Cool. So now when I go through and do the final texture on the buildings, They will stand out more from the background. I think I'm going to put a little pink though. Let's actually just cover that whole area up. So just a little easier here. We can always put the spire back in if we want it there, or we can just leave it. Yeah, that looks better. I'm going to just put a touch of pink in that though, right along the edge. Oh, okay, and drop some water too, because you know, that's cool. Let's fix that by adding more paint. Sorry guys, my bad. Don't point with a wet paintbrush. That's the lesson that you take away from this particular stream. It's okay though, we can fix it. Oh, hello. There we go. I just love this brush. I can't bear to part with it, so I'll just glue it back together. Okay. Does anybody else get sentimental about their art stuff? Like, do you have trouble? So now I have some pink. Do you guys have trouble like getting rid of things that are like old and worn out? I'm just curious. I get so sentimental with my brushes. I'm like, I remember the first time I used you. You know, I don't really, but you know, I just get really sentimental with them. It's so weird, like how I get so attached to old stuff. I don't get that way with new stuff. It's just like after I've used it for a long, long time. And I have a lot of memories with it. Like I remember there was a particular painting where I used this brush a whole lot. Like whenever I pick it up, I kind of think about that painting. And like there's been times like if I watch a TV show, does anybody else do this? If you're watching a TV show and like arting or coloring or whatever, do you, when you look at the page later, do you remember the TV show you were watching? Like, isn't that weird? Like, I looked at my finished Crayola page, and I just, my whole like mind went right back to all the live streams I had watched while I did it. It was so funny. So I'm just curious if you guys do that too. You do? You get sentimental? Oh, Anne. Well, you know, your mom will eventually understand that it's just the mess of a thriving artist. You just, sometimes you gotta make a mess, but I guess to keep mom happy, you might want to like try and put it in like little bins or something. uh, you know, I get it though. So you'll see that painting a light color over a dark color is one of the hardest things to get done in acrylic, especially if you're doing this thin glazing that I'm doing. So sometimes you'll have to recoat it a couple of times. As long as you're patient about it and you're willing to do that, then it works just fine. So it's just a little bit trickier. You might have to work the paint a little more. It'll work though if you keep at it, so just don't get discouraged with the first layer thinking that you're done. Usually it just takes a little bit of effort. But I do want that bright spot back there. Now I think what I'm going to do, before we take off, I'm just going to make sure to cover the edge of that with some pretty purple. And make it look organic again, like it's part of that cloud. There we go. Let's see. Hi, Diane. How you doing? Hey, Heather. Fun mess. Yes, it is. I hang on to art supplies. Yeah, I do too. I mean, like this brush is actually, I don't know if you guys can see, but it's gonna come apart. See? But what I'm gonna do is just, it looks like I've already re-glued it a couple of times, so I'll just put some wood glue or some super glue, whatever I feel like. I guess some super glue would be better because I think I use wood glue, and just push it back together. Then this brush will be good for another, I don't know, at least a couple years, I think. So just before we go, I just want to also talk a little bit about brush care since we're talking about brushes. Hi, Pat. Awesome. Well, I'm about ready to go actually, honey, but I'm really happy that you're done your work. So I use this brush cleaner and preserver, so I make sure to keep my brushes wet during the session, so that way they don't dry out. But once I'm done the session, I will use this stuff. So what you just do, you can see it's well loved. I just swish the brush around in here, and then I'll just rinse it out at the sink. But this is a great thing to keep your brushes lasting years and years and years. So I use this brush as well. It's damp but not wet. So you just swirl it around until it's good and sudsy, and then just wash it out. And whenever you're washing it out, make sure to use lukewarm, not hot water. Hot water releases the glue in the ferrule. So this is in a brush here. Let me move this, or just here, I'll just do this. So this is the ferrule, which is like, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but it's the metal bit that holds the bristles in place. So here, I'll use a brush that's not wet, just so that way I'm not in danger of dripping. So here's another brush. So this metal bit in here is the bristles extend past that metal crimp there. But what's important to know is in that crimp is actually a whole bunch of glue. But no matter how hard you try, if you're using hot water and no matter how nice the brush is, that glue will release over time. And so if you start losing bristles, really what's happening is you're just using water that's too hot. So what I tend to do is I treat my brushes like my babies, which means that I hold my wrist under the faucet and make sure that it's not hot to my wrist. And if it's not hot to my wrist, then it's not hot to my brushes. So that's how I have brushes that are 20 years old. They're cheap synthetic brushes. I don't buy really expensive brushes. But they don't lose their bristles, and they even keep a pretty decent shape with the particular care I use, both with the soap and just lukewarm water. So that's my little brush care lesson. We've got lots of chatty chat. Thank you for coming, guys. Puppy cuddles time sounds awesome. Nice. You're gonna swatch, Pat? Oh, Heather, I missed your stream earlier. That's right. I was helping out my mom. I'm gonna have to catch up. So everybody, after the chat, go and check out Color and Felt, her channel. And if you missed it, go and check her live stream today. And yeah, did anybody else stream today that I missed? I was able to catch a couple. Yeah, I'm gonna go watch you back right now, Heather. I'm gonna clean up and then just chill out and watch you. Kate was on? What channel is that, Mia? I don't know if I follow her or subscribe to her, but if you want to put a link in the chat, we can all go and follow her too. And if you guys have a channel and you wanna if you want us all to follow you, I think I follow most of you guys. Yeah, I'm just reading the chat. Anyway, yeah, just put 3 hearts or 3 smiley faces or whatever you want. 3 is something. Don't put poo in there though, please. Come on. But you can put 3 emojis in there, and we'll go all follow your account as well. Or follow, subscribe. Okay, I'm sleepy because I'm not talking well anymore, but that's okay. Kate's Coloring Haven? Awesome. Let me see. I'll search that. Just copy that for myself for later. There we go. put it in Google. There we go. Now I have it. Okay. Nice. I'll go check her out too. So now I have 2 shows to watch, Heather and Kate. Awesome. Thank you for the link, Mia. Well, you know, we're trying to be a poo-free channel. That's great, Sue. I'm glad you got to spend some time with your hubby. I'll be spending a lot of time tomorrow with Mark, so I won't be around. You don't have to, Heather. I admit that the lighting is not ideal. These nighttime streams I'm using, here, I'll show you. Hey, cutie. As soon as I got up, Abby's like, dinner or snack? So I'm using just a little desk lamp. I don't know if you guys can even see this that well. It's so dark. So here's my lovely table. Oh yeah, we will. We're gonna go on a little road trip to New Jersey tomorrow. So we're gonna be driving 2 hours there and 2 hours back. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of car, but I think it'll be fun. Hi. Awesome. I'm glad they got home safely. That was so fun watching you guys. I'm gonna miss having them there with you. But you guys were such a hoot. It was fun. Oh, that's good to know. I don't have, this is the only little lamp I have, so I have to pick up another one, Heather. But I'm working on it. I have it all on my wish list, so I just have to go through and buy it all. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I had a great time with you tonight. And thanks for catching my, I know I've been streaming a lot lately and I'm really enjoying it. So those of you who watch it back and give me comments and stuff like that, just really, really grateful in general. Thank you guys for spending time with me. I love it. Alright, bye guys. Love you guys. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Monday.